Hello and welcome to our trader training series. When you first log into your Think or Swim account, you'll be greeted with this welcome screen. All we need to do to move on to the next stage is just to click this little X on the right hand side here, and we can minimize that quite quickly. After that, you'll be taken to the next screen. Now, initially what we need to do is just set our workstation up in such a way that it makes sense. The first thing that I'm going to do is, on the left hand side here, there is a blank area with watch lists, and there is what looks like a chain link icon. So every screen has these, and what it does, it will allow us to link whatever we do in this box here with whatever happens over here on the right, and this will make more sense as we go along. So what I'd like to do first is to link to the color red, and then when I go to one of the tabs across the top here, I'm going to next select the chart tab. And what I'm also going to do is, on the chart area, which we can just see at the top left of this blank space, there is also another link chain icon. So what I'd like to do here again is to select that to red. Now there's nothing in here on the left for us to click that would affect this on the right. So what we need to do is just correct that, and in the center of each of these watch lists, what we can do is have it populate with some pre-selected stocks. Now we've also got our own preferred list of stocks, which we can add into the system later on, but this comes with some preloaded symbol lists. So I'm just going to go over to Public A to Z and see where it says down here, Tasty Trade Stocks. This is a symbol list that's very close to the list of stocks and the type of stocks that we like to look for. So it's not so different from the list of stocks that we already use. So what this has done now is it's populated a list of stocks. Now there's two watch lists, so we wouldn't normally have them both with the same list of stocks, but just so you can see that there's something there, and I'm just going to minimize one of them just for the moment. You also notice that I can drag this area so that it shows more of the symbol lists that we have available. And I can click any one of these lines now. And because we've symbol linked it to the red one and the chart area is also red one, if I click on Amazon, AMZN, then it will populate on the right hand side in our chart area. And similarly, if I wanted to change this to this symbol here, Microsoft, MSFT, it would again change the symbol that we've just clicked and shows us what the chart looks like over on the right hand side. Now if we also then go to another tab, because again we just need to make sure that everything that we do is all linked together. So I'm going to next go to the trade tab, and I'm going to do the same thing there. So what we have again is this little chain link icon, and I just want to change that also to red one. And now we can see that it's going to bring some additional information, and we'll explain all this on a later video. For now though, I'm just setting up my platform, and I'm going to go back to the chart tab here. So now what we have is the symbol list on the left hand side, which we can see down here on the left, and the majority of the space to the right, this is our chart area. So what we want to do next is set up our chart area so that it makes sense, because when we're trying to identify a particular trading opportunity, part of what we do is to assess this chart. So I want to set it up in a way that helps me make fast decisions or faster decisions. where I'm gonna start next is over on the top right hand side of the chart area. There is again a little cogwheel icon there. So to set up the chart area, chart settings, I'm just going to left click once there, and then it brings up some additional settings. And again, I just want to set the chart up in such a way that it makes the best use of the space that I have available. And one of the things that we can see here is that this is volume, the number of shares traded on any particular day that we have displayed in the top area. And it's taken up a little bit too much space. So what I'd like to do is just select this overlap volume option. And this is going to free up some of the space that we have available. If we just click apply, we can see that that is now in the background and we've got a little bit more free space for us to play with. The next thing I'm going to do, again, we can see that there's some tab across the top of our chart setting options. And what I'd like to do is click on this time axis. The area that I'm going to change next is this expansion area. Now we can see that it says 0 bars to the right. So if we change this from 0 to say 50, what will happen is it will move, and again we can see that there's no space here, but it will move everything along to the left by whatever number that we set here. So when we say 50 bars, all these rectangles on the chart area, these are what it's referencing, the bars or the candles in this particular case. And it's going to move them by 50 widths of these candles. So let's see what that looks like. Click the drop down option and just select 50. Again, click apply. And we can now see that there's a little bit of space to the right. Now the reason why we like to do this is because at the bottom of the chart area here, we can see that there are some icons that run along the bottom of the chart. Part of what we do when we assess a particular opportunity will be to see if there's any of those icons that might be in the next 30 to 45 days. So if we can see 50 days out into the future, then we'll be able to see if there's any of these icons that might appear, that might be relevant to our investment or trading decision that we might need to make. Again, we'll cover that in more detail on a separate video, but that's why we're doing it, so we can see if there's anything of interest for us to be aware of. An earnings report or a dividend announcement, for example. Back to the general tab, and I'm quite certain that that for the moment is it for the chart settings. So all we need to do is just click OK, and at this point we're done. What I'd like to do next is, again, across the top area of the chart, there is a section for studies on the right hand side. And again, I'm just going to click the drop down list of options there, and I'm going to click add study. In fact, we're going to click on edit studies to make it easy for us, and it gives us a list of options. What I'm going to add is something called a Bollinger Band. Again, all this will go into more details. We're just setting things up to get ourselves rolling. So Bollinger, if I start typing in the search area, then we can see we've got Bollinger Bands. The top choice is the one that I want, and all I'm going to do is add the selected indicator, which is a Bollinger Band. And we can see that it's over there on the right. If I just for the moment click apply, you'll see what happens when we add that to the chart. You'll notice that some lines have appeared on the chart area, and this is the Bollinger Band. This is one of the studies that we use to help assess a particular opportunity, whether we want to be involved in a trade or not. So just a visual reference for us to make that assessment. The next thing that I'm going to add, I'm going to go back to the search box, and I'm going to type in IMP, which is short for implied volatility. So it brings up the top search is IMP, short for implied volatility. And again, I'm just going to add selected and then click apply. Again, this is another tool that we use to help make our investment decisions. And what we can see here down at the bottom is that we get this indicator, which again we'll look at how to read and interpret later on in a separate video. For now, we're just setting up things how we like them. And that is all we need to do here. I'm just going to click OK, and we are now done. So our chart platform is now set up how we want to use it from now onwards, with the tools and the indicators, and in a way that makes sense to us. And we'll look at how to use all of these tools and functions on the platform in upcoming videos to make our trading and investment decisions. Thank you very much, and I will see you on the next video.